Hi everybody, it's Krista here to do the sun sign for Gemini video. So this is all about your sun sign. As we know, your sun sign is the way that you go and operate in the world. This is your behavior. If you want to look at the way that you emote or what you're emotionally attracted to, we're going to look more into your moon sign, which is your emotional world. But your sun sign is just how you go about behaving in the world. So after this series, I will be putting up the moon sign videos and rising sign videos, and the rising sign is how you're going to be interpreted by other people, in addition to some videos that have to do with your Eros, your Psyche, your Lilith, and of course later planets in your chart as well. But that's for the near future. Right now I just wanted to start on your sun sign just to get this ball rolling. So Gemini, your sign, as you know, you're the third sign in the zodiac. Your planet is Mercury, so you actually share a planet. Both Virgo and Gemini share the same planet. Two different worlds though. Gemini is an air sign, Virgo is an earth sign. So while you still have that, communicative energy, that rushing sort of, I'm learning so quickly and I'm going to tell everyone sort of energy, you're going to behave very differently about it. While you're both researching, for example, you're going to be doing it a little bit differently. And again, like I said, you're going to be sharing it a little bit differently. So as an air sign, this is all about, and the term mercurial is apropos for Mercury. This is very fast moving. It's rushing energy. And as an air sign, you can be here and gone, or you can be accused of being flighty, for example, depending on what your moon and rising signs are around Gemini. For example, let's say both your moon and your rising signs are the element water, so any of the water signs. This air sign and the sun, for example, will be tempered by these emotional aspects, and you'll be more emotional than you will, say, involved with research pursuits. But strictly looking at the sun sign, we are going to look at just some basic terms around that. Like I said, Mercury rules you, so you're very interested in information, fast-moving anything, fast-moving sports, fast-moving people. Something really needs to provide a lot of freshness and newness for you to be interested or to keep your interest. The house ruled by Gemini, as you can probably guess, is the third house. This is all about communication, strictly about communication. This can have to do with brothers and sisters and sort of communication within the closest part of your public life, which is your family. So relational communication as opposed to, say, Libra and communication, Virgo and communication, which is mostly about business. And the body part ruled by Gemini, of course, is the lungs. It's the airways. This makes total sense. This is how we go about communicating with our breath, right? So we need this in order to communicate. So the lungs are ruled by Gemini. Your symbol is the twins. Now, why would that be? Because again, you can be accused of being sort of two people in one. You can be your own best friend, and when you're not, it's one of the most cruel things that Gemini can do to him or herself. People often say that Gemini are like the twins, two people inside one mind. I tend to think that all of us are like this. All of us sort of have, the angel and the devil, so to speak, or we have this nagging voice and then this really loving maternal voice. I think we all have that. But I don't think that's what the twins is really addressing. The twins can be the Jekyll and the Hyde. So they can even confuse themselves. They're so easily swayed. I'll get into your quality in just a moment, but there's a reason why you're so easily swayed. It has a lot to do with your environment. The body part we just covered. Your symbol, I'm just looking at my notes here. Your symbol, as I said, are the twins. Really lovely, actually. The twins are really sweet. So there's some innocence here. The twins are actually, they need each other. And maybe you need one part and the other to become that full person. You'd be dull otherwise. So maybe that dark and the light side of yourself, if you get to know that better or come to appreciate that more about yourself, you'll find that it's sort of easier to sit with yourself and you won't be sort of chewed up by it or brought down by it. As I mentioned, your element is air quality. Yeah, very fast moving, mercurial, here and gone. All of the air signs can be accused of being flighty, but Gemini, you are not an exception. You're also probably going to be accused of being flighty and chatty, overly chatty, possibly even repeating yourself. Make sure that you have a nice, different group of friends that you can talk to and pull in information and learn from, so that you don't become fixated on sort of one point of view or one aspect of a theme in your life or a study or a discipline. So we're going to look at strengths and weaknesses. All signs have them. I'm just going to mention one for each sign. Gemini, in my view, your major strength is being able to look at everything that's available to you. It's not being stuck. It's not having to have the right answer right now. It's being willing to say, I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot to learn. I'm going to figure that out though. I'm curious. And there's a curiosity behind that is incredibly inspiring to anyone around you. So don't let that go, and don't think that that's not important for your own attitude or in terms of inspiring people around you. It actually is very helpful because it's very humbling to say that. You know what? Not everyone knows everything. We can't possibly do that. But Gemini is the first person who's going to be able to say, I don't know, let's find out. And again, I think that's kind of cool. Your weakness, however, is the same thing. I don't know, and then you don't follow up on it, or your attention is brought somewhere else, or not getting deep with anything. Surface level information could be good enough for you because the point for you is to get all the information, and to sort of go deep in something is to chew up the space where you could learn 100 things as opposed to one or two things really well. So your strength could become your weakness. It depends on how that is used. Your cosmic tie is Sagittarius. So that's actually your opposite sign. Sorry, that's not your opposite sign. Yes, it is. Just looking at my notes. Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs. So it sounds peculiar, doesn't it? It sounds like, why would you have a cosmic tie to Sagittarius? It's because they're the archer. They're very interested in further learning, further education. Higher learning would be a major theme around Sagittarius. And like I said, Gemini is very interested in those things. The Sagittarian individual is going to help you get there though, but they're not going to be a downer about it. They're not going to make it feel like work. It's going to be an adventure with a Sagittarius person. So Gemini, this is ideal for you. If you're working on any sort of project in your life that isn't emotional for you, if it doesn't have an emotional tie, if this is work or an issue of study, or if this is a personal theme for yourself, personal development, you would do well to pair yourself up with a Sagittarius. They will help you get there and they will make it fun. The quality or modality, like I said, is mutable. This just means that you move or maneuver very easily in pretty much any environment. You're not going to be too upset by being around people who you don't know or didn't grow up with, or have the same background or even speak the same language. This is actually probably going to be exciting to you. So as opposed to, say, some other fixed signs, for example, who might find that a little bit daunting to be in those environments, Gemini, you're going to be excited by that. This is going to be a new adventure for you. And of course, your attractions and your opposite sign. So your opposite sign, like I said, is Sagittarius, but this is very exciting for you. They are also your cosmic tie. and your attractions. So just by virtue of your element, you're probably going to find it most easy to talk with other air signs. So that is Libra and Aquarius. If you're talking about emotional development or even partnerships or love and romance, do look at your moon sign. This is going to help indicate who you're actually emotionally attracted to or have emotional intimacy with eventually. Again, the sun sign is all about your behavior, the way that you go about the world. So you could be very well attracted to other signs that provide emotional depth for you. But in terms of just knowing the same sort of behavioral language, you're going to find that most easy in other air signs. I'm just going to finish up with some keywords for you. So your most likable trait is responsiveness. Yeah, people find it really easy to talk to you because you have so much to give back. Again, you are very interested in everything around you. You're taking everything in, even if it's on a surface level. But at first glance, that's all everyone wants around you. They just want to be listened to and understood. And you can give that impression that you're doing that, and you can make it appear at least as though you're highly interested in what the other person is offering. Your keyword is I think. Yeah, again, with this mercurial sort of communicative theme around your sign, it's all about what you think, how you think, what it means for you to think, but this is how you go about everything. You are summarizing everything around you and then busy getting to the next stage or the next level. You are, what's your special color? Bright yellows. And of course, I did mention the lungs, but of course your hands and your arms and your shoulders are also ruled by Gemini here as well. And what are some things I can follow up with here? Your nut-bearing trees are the trees that rule your sign, and lily of the valley and lavender are your flowers. Like I said, there's more information in the description box below. All of YouTube has tons of videos about this. Of course, there's thousands of books about this as well. I just wanted to offer some really cool 101 basic information about your sun sign today. So I really appreciate you joining me. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and let me know if you're a typical Gemini. Comment below.